What's up, y'all? I really don't like the lighting. Okay, whatever. Um, we're gonna go ahead and get into it. I'm gonna start with these Vedic astrology oracle deck. I love these. That's just my jam. You got Saturn coming out of here, controlling. You feel this energy to take action. You also have this energy to dive deep within yourself. So you're thinking about your past actions, you're thinking about your past selves, and you're figuring out what traits or what characteristics, what mindset, perspectives you want to take in on this next cycle, and which you're leaving in the past here, okay? Also, the wheel of fortune is turning in your favor if you allow it to, okay? It's going to look like disruption in your life because Saturn is coming in and wanting you to change, okay? So force change is coming in. It's going to look like disruption, but it's up to you, boo, to take on that energy. You got the ninth house coming out here. Yeah, so it's time for you to undergo a spiritual initiation or a spiritual awakening. So you got to learn some lessons here. You got to learn some lessons here. A lot of different wisdom, a lot of different knowledge is coming to you so that you can dive deep in, okay? It's also time for a lot of you all to learn a new passion or a new psychic ability, a new skill. It's also time for a lot of you all to step into leadership. So things may not seem like, or you may not feel like you're 100% ready to show up in whatever the divine has for you, but I promise you're going to have enough energy, enough strength to move forward to where the physical tools and resources that you may lack doesn't even matter. You got movement coming out here. So this is confirmation. All right, air element as well. It's going to be very important for you to use that element. So that could be sound healing, Reiki, prayers, petition, going outside, things of that nature. All right, you can be very sensitive at this time, or your psychic abilities is very sensitive at this time. So dream communication could be a little bit wonky. You could be having like brain fog dreams is what I'm picking up. All right, things that seem very, very important in the dream state, you really want to write that down or meditate on that as well. Your communication with your your communication with your masculine bloodline is heightening at this time as well. I do see you working on a lot of father wounds at this time as well. You could have been already working on that, which is the reason why you are undergoing this spiritual initiation and spiritual awakening. I see that as well. I also picked up, I see that in your chart. So we do have new moon in Aries. Also there's 7 planets in Aries. So looking at your birth chart and seeing where Aries is and how this energy is affecting you will be very, very significant. You got the 9 of diamonds coming out here. So yeah, success is definitely in the air for you. You've been doing a lot of work. One thing about me, I journal a lot. So looking back at my journal entries and the timeline of things, I noticed different patterns and different cycles. So you looking back at some of your downloads or spiritual practices, or just the timeline of how consistent you've been in different things, you're going to see that, hey, actually I have been doing a lot of work. Actually I have been really disciplined, and it's going to become more clear where the result of this manifestation came from. All right, you got 7 of spades coming out here as well. Taking things day by day is what I pick up with this card. Also just heard the truth hurts, okay? As you're undergoing this awakening and this initiation here, a lot of old downloads are becoming clear to you. So during those times where you thought maybe you were tripping, or this can't be, or you didn't have a lot of physical evidence, but you were getting a lot of downloads, you're starting to see clarity of that. And the reason why you're getting clarity of that is because justice is now coming in. So continue to take things day by day, reclaim your energy, do what you need to do, and know that the wheel of fortune is turning in your favor. I just keep wanting to say that the wheel of fortune is turning in your favor. Yeah, it's like you've done your due diligence for the divine or the universe here. So now the universe is coming in and it's reciprocating that energy. A contract was completed here, something was fulfilled here, and because that, there's like this new notation or this new and I just picked up checkbook. It's like doing your lessons or your trial, whatever the case may be. You really showed up. You just really did the work. You really did the work. You really did the work. You really did the work, okay? A lot of things were removed. A lot of things were removed here. A lot of things were removed because you literally had to change. You're no longer who you were 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago. You got Page of Swords coming out here in reverse. Don't move too risky is the energy I'm getting. Know that yes, you are in this energy of abundance, meaning a lot of things are just coming to you very quickly and with ease. Your roads are open. But with the Moon card coming in reverse and the Seven of Wands, is it Seven of Wands? Yeah, Seven of Wands coming out here in reverse is like, know where the friction is coming from. Because I don't ever want to say enemy. Just know where the friction is coming from. Be aware of that and protect your energy. All right. If you know in the past that a certain energy gave monitoring or trickster, you know what I'm saying? If someone showed you or a situation showed you what they are, what it is, or if you went a certain pathway and that pathway reflected you feeling depleted, angry, sad, confused, don't go about that cycle again. Have faith. So take the bigger risk of trusting your intuition in the divine, even though that path doesn't seem like it's 100% lucrative. Okay. I wish I had I'm also picking up that sometimes things are slowed down for you because you play an important role in other people's lives, okay? At certain points in people's life, the divine is guiding you to show up and be a blessing for them in whatever way. So you want to keep that in mind as well. Yes, it's also about resource management. It's also about resource management as well. Everybody who may look like they're in need of a download that you receive or a offering, whatever the case may be, actually may not really need to be in need or may not need help. They probably just need to go right within themselves. Confirmation with this Three of Pentacles in reverse. Your money and your resources isn't for everybody. Your money and your resources isn't for everybody, okay? And everything you give doesn't have to be physical. It could just be, you know, the word. You got Two of Cups coming out here. So the divine does not want you to keep going through these cycles where you feel like you have to fix yourself, where you feel like you have to heal or overcome yourself. You got the Queen of Pentacles coming out here. So where you stand emotionally, mentally, mind, body, and spirit is something that is like stuck. It's secure. What you see now in the mirror, that's you. What you feel now, that's you. You get what I'm saying? So you're moving into this cycle of owning your power, owning your dignity. Okay, you were in a cycle of having to trust the divine without seeing. This is how you built your intuition. This is how you built your discernment. This is how you built your faith and hope. You had to keep going without seeing the result. And while you were on that path, a lot of people, you know, they're mocking you. They're not believing in you. They think it's a joke. How can someone be doing all of this and they're broke, or they look like this, or their life is like this? But it's all working in your favor, and you're about to show up as that individual. Now, you may not represent what society feels is a celebrity, or what society feels is someone who is rich and abundant. You may not even be someone who is an entrepreneur or have a business idea that you're putting out in the public. But the way you're representing is in the likeness of the divine. that you're representing that your energy speaks favor and is very loud. Okay, you don't have to be physically outspoken for your aura and your energy to speak for itself, with this Queen of Pentacles coming out here. So it's like, you got it. Nine of Wands. But the divine is saying that this pathway, it's never going to be where you can just kick your feet up and not look over your shoulder. It's never going to be, it's never not going to be that. So that's why the divine wants to really put in your head, or really put in your subconscious, that you have to be very, very disciplined in your spiritual practice. You have to be very, very spiritual. Yeah, you have to be very, very spiritual. You have spirits that want to speak with you. You have a lot of assignments that you have to complete, and it's very important that you start doing these workings and you start doing these things for yourself, because there will be people that come amongst your path where you're going to have to do what you need to do, or there's just going to be situations where you're the one that has the mastery in this skill and you're going to have to do it. Okay, those that know, because sometimes it may feel like I'm speaking in code and I get the feeling like, girl, but those that know. Also, what I'm picking up with this truth spilling, because you are a elder, a lot of younger individuals are drawn to you. So during this time, the divine wants you to pay close attention to the words of the innocent, or the words of the younger. Rather, they're going to be helping you or you're going to be helping them, but it's very, very important that you own that, is what I'm picking up. Yeah, you own that. Own having the old soul, own being the elder, own that. Okay, you got the Four of Cups coming out here. There could be some things in the past that come up. These things in the past that come up and really kind of get you out of your body, or it messes with you internally. Those are those strongholds that you're going to have to really sit with and meditate on and do what you need to do. And I'm laughing, y'all, because as I read with y'all, you know, I kind of get my downloads for myself. And yeah, you're going to start realizing why it's very, very important to just trust the download, trust the spiritual communication that's given to you, and do the work. Because you're going to realize that spiritual working, or your spiritual practice, is very time consuming. It's very detail oriented. It's real, and you got to do what you need to do. Let me get this card. Five of Swords in reverse coming out here. So the divine wants you to know that you're not undergoing any spiritual attacks or any spiritual warfare at this time. Your roads are clear. And that's why a lot of joy, a lot of celebration is coming into your life. That's why, you know, you feel energized, you're acting, you're doing what you need to do. Nine of Wands in reverse coming out here. But it was just upright. But this is just confirmation. Don't give up on your seat. You're very powerful. Sometimes when I speak, y'all, I just kind of just let spirit speak through me. So what comes out may be like, that was so random. But yeah. Nine of Wands in reverse. I've been seeing a lot of things about how your mind really is connected to your body. If you don't hold certain boundaries, or if you don't love yourself, or if you don't listen to your spirit, that can manifest into physical health problems. Especially as a woman, you can start having problems with your reproductive system if you out here laying with dudes that you know aren't no good for you, or that continue to dump their wounds into you when you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, you are somebody who has a duty, and the universe literally does not care about your feelings, because before you got here, you signed up to do a damn job. You signed up to do a job. You signed up to do a job, and you're going to do your job, or you're going to go through the ringer. Like, you're going to go through the ringer, and that's just real tea. Saturn could be very, very dominant in your chart, because this is the energy that's carrying this whole reading, which is the energy of Saturn. It is also a lot of ascended masters in your energy as well. It's like you may be a ascended master at a in some timeline. You know what I'm saying? So when you know better, you do better. When you know better, you do better, okay? When you know better, you do better. If you got time to sit around and think about the past and what could have been, should have been, you got time to be making change. You got time to be doing action. Even if you don't physically feel like doing action, I did run into something called scribing. I think that's what it's called. But I was listening to this creator on here. I don't remember her name, but she's like really dope. But she was saying, if a situation happens to you and you don't like that situation, pull out your journal and you write it in the way that you wish it would have been wrote. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if you got time to be thinking about some shit that's not for your highest good, you got time to quickly shift that energy and transmute it. And it may feel like that small action ain't did shit for you, but it does help you in the long run. I'm gonna pull a couple more cards because I don't want this to get too long collective. Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Hey, look. Y'all are paying attention to this, because the first deck, we got the Queen of Pentacles upright. We got the Nine of Pentacles, the Nine of Wands upright. And I was telling y'all, if you walk this path, this is what it's going to be. If you're not going to walk this path, you're going to ignore your intuition, if you're going to ignore your spiritual practices, if you're going to ignore it, then boo, it's all going to just fall. Okay, but this new moon in Aries, you want to act. You want to work. You want to act, you want to work, because if you don't, 3-4 months later down the line, you're going to be like, damn, 2027 is on the way, and I really ain't accomplished nothing on this vision board, or I really didn't accomplish a lot of things that I set out for myself to do. So this time right now is very, 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 very important. It's important for you. It's important for you. It's important for you. And a lot of us who are lucky and are rich in spirit, we are very spoiled. So sometimes we may feel like, well, okay, I know I was supposed to do this, but I didn't. But I know God got me. God gonna push me. Look, this is not the time for this, because Big Mama Saturn is in the energy. It's not the time for this. You really got to show up, and you really got to do your ones. You really got to show up and do your ones. Yeah, Queen of Pentacles in reverse. You don't got time to be lazy. You don't got time to kick your feet up and act like shit not going on. Shit is going on, and you know what's going on. Rather, it's shit going on to where you need to get up, you need to cleanse, you need to remove, you need to do whatever the case may be. Or shit going on to where you need to be manifesting, you need to be planning, you need to be structuring, you need to be putting out, you need to be doing. You know, but I promise you, rest is not in it. Rest is not in it. And I'm not saying burn out, because you're not going to burn out, because you've learned from previous cycles about balancing yourself, and you're not going to burn out. Let me pull some more cards. Yeah, Two of Wands in reverse here. If you do not motherfucking move, you're not going to see what the divine has planned for you with this Judgment in reverse. Two of Wands in reverse. Because I promise you, with this Two of Wands in reverse is right under the Five of Swords in reverse. I told y'all, there's nothing blocking you. There's nothing in the way. Your roads are clear. Ain't nobody doing nothing. Ain't the divine ain't doing. It's about if you gonna go move or not. Are you about to take a risk or not? Are you about to be consistent or not? Are you about to be disciplined or not? Are you gonna take heed to the message or not?